Hey guys, welcome to episode number 3 or 4. We don't know because we've done so many. So we're back again, and this episode, this week, we are going to talk about cocktail ingredients, and this coincides with what we did in our cocktails this past week. And so we're going to talk about kind of like weird ingredients that go into cocktails and why they're the way that they are. So I think that, like, what was your question?
Why egg whites? I mean, I get why they get foamy.
Right.
But I'm sure there's other things that get foamy, like cream. Cream gets foamy. Why not use cream? Right.
So the biggest difference is, one, if you use like a heavy cream, it does still give you a foam, but it has a flavor to it. Mm-hmm. So like you wouldn't put heavy cream in a whiskey drink because that would literally taste horrible, unless it's like it all is dependent on what you're putting in the drink and what you want the end result to be. So like there's a drink at the restaurant I work at that has mezcal tequila in it, and we use aquafaba, which is the dairy-free substitute to egg white. So because some people don't like egg white, me included, I actually hate egg white because I don't like the foaminess in a drink. Like if I want foaminess, I'm gonna get a latte. But like a latte, for example, if you want to do like a spiked cappuccino or something, that's when you would use heavy cream, because an egg white you could use an egg white. Let me put it this way. Every drink could be made with like heavy cream, but I feel like not every drink can be made with an egg white every drink can be made with an egg white, not every drink can be made with heavy cream, because heavy cream is specific to what the drink actually is, versus you could literally make like any drink and put egg white in it and it would just give it that it's like a flavorless, foamy top. But aquafaba in drinks do the same thing, but it's for people who don't really like egg white. But I don't really like either because I don't love the foaminess in a drink. It also requires you to do a whole extra step when you're making the drink. Like you have to shake it, like dry shake it with no ice in it to get the egg white foamy. And then you pour it in the drink, and then you have to wait because then it has to settle and it has to sit at the top and not like all in the drink. But I don't really get like egg whites. Like I don't really like it in drinks. It doesn't add much to it unless it's just adding like a foam layer to the top of the drink.
So it's just texture.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's for adding like texture in the drink. But that's with any cocktail. I mean, really about like garnishes and stuff like that too. I feel like lots of drinks get like odd garnishes, like white olives, but that's martinis. So people like, people use flowers, people use glitter, people use like things that are not even like edible. Like where I work, we have like one that has like a skeleton looking leaf on it. I'm gonna have to find it. It looks yeah.
Is it like an actual leaf?
It is. Yeah.
Like it looks like a skull or like a...
No, it's all white. It's like a transparent leaf. Let me try to find it.
But drinks go hand in hand with food. Like, so if a chef is cooking or something and they put something like, say like people do gold now on food, you could do it with a drink too. So it's just for the look, but everything is edible now. So it's like, let's add a garnish to make it look better.
Right.
Or make it more presentable.
Yeah. So like they have edible flowers now too, where you can like eat the actual flower. They have like edible glitter that's in it. Oh, this is the drink. No one's gonna be able to see it on the thing, but it's that, and then it has like a transparent leaf in it.
Whoa,
that's kind of iconic.
That is pretty cool.
But the thing is that without that doesn't look good.
Yeah.
So you add the garnish to it, but some drinks don't get a garnish because it's like more about the drink. A garnish is always supposed to kind of, unless it's something elaborate like a leaf literally clipped onto the side of a glass. Like if it's a lime, it's gonna like tequila or like a margarita is gonna have a lime on the side because it has lime juice in it. So you wouldn't put a lemon on it. But if someone got like a vodka lemonade, maybe you'd put a lemon on it. Because that it's supposed to kind of almost give you an introduction, the traditional ways, an introduction to what the drink is going to be like. What is it going to taste like? It also makes it good for like from a business standpoint, it makes it look good for like marketing.
Mm-hmm.
People always are. The drinks look the same. A drink is a drink. That looks like just regular like dark something. I don't know, but like the garnish is what's going to set it apart. If like people want to take pictures of it, people want to like. I don't know. And there's some that are like specifically like really traditional drinks, like old fashions always get like an orange peel or a cherry in it, like a dark, but like not a maraschino cherry, like, what are they called? Like sardo cherries or something like dark cherries go in that. But that's specific to that or like a Manhattan or like anything like that.
Bitters. I said then it gets bitters.
Right. And some people use bitters as like the garnish. So that's another, that's going back to the egg white. So people will use that and then they put something like egg white. I'm going to find a picture of it. But they put bitters on top of the egg white in it. Like you can put bitters on top, like almost to make that the garnish. You see what I mean? So the egg white adds it. You can't do that without an egg white in the drink or without something foaming. Right. So that you can like do cool designs in it. So that's another way that you can garnish a drink. There's also like really fancy like garnish picks. So like this one is like a literal like silver like dagger in the drink.
Wow.
But it's like a part of the garnish. But if you really want to get into it, restaurants will charge so like heavily just because the drink looks good. And it looks like a lot. Ice too. Ice is a big one. There's like a company that makes ice for like really, really fancy restaurants. Like, so ice is, would you consider ice a garnish?
Depending on the drink.
Yeah.
So like for an old fashioned, for instance, the big ice cube, I would say maybe possibly, but it's also that it gets that orange peel that adds to the garnish and the cherry or, but I definitely feel like the ice cube, because if you give them the drink without ice cube, they're gonna be like, where my,
where's it?
So I feel like, yes, it could be.
It's like crazy how specific people like their, like an old fashioned, if you give someone an old fashioned, like with like rock, like just on the rocks, like with a bunch of ice cubes, people will be like, I want a big rock. Yeah. Even though it's the same thing.
For sure.
The big rock, it's because like in an old fashioned, it melts slower because it's bigger. Yes. And it's supposed to like chill, and you're supposed to, and there's a specific way you put it. You're supposed to like put the ice cube in the drink first, then pour all the stuff on top of it. So it gets chilled as it goes down because you don't want it to be too watered down. But then something like a margarita, you wouldn't put a big ice cube in it. Exactly. You'd put a bunch of little ice cubes. So if you did that, people would be like, why is there a big ice cube in it? You know what I mean? Versus cocktails that are not, like, because there's cocktails that are specific to like restaurants, and then there's cocktails that like everyone should have. Like if you get an old fashioned, it should be the same at where you work, where I work, anywhere where you go. An old fashioned should be the exact same. Versus a cocktail that's specific to our restaurant, is our specific ones. But but like ice cubes are big. There's like there's a whole like Business Insider YouTube video that I watched on how like especially like top like Michelin star restaurants will get the way they make the ice is like they make in these big like vats, and then the company can order, like a restaurant can order, like they want like long rectangular ice cubes. That's a big one to put in like a tall thin glass. Like they'll order those, or they'll order ice cubes that have their logo imprinted on the ice, or they'll have like it's intense. But the water in the ice cube, instead of it coming from like tap water, it's like filtered water. It's like whatever. Or they'll do. I went to Alma Cocina. Have you ever been there?
Mm-mm.
What is it? It's really not. It's not. It's like in Buckhead or whatever. But they have infused ice cubes where they like freeze like a puree. Okay. So picture like a cocktail, right? It has the liquor in it, so like tequila or vodka or whatever, and then it has everything else that makes it. That like reasons why we can do a mocktail is because you just literally take out the liquor and substitute it out for another. Like the 2.5 ounces of whatever that liquor is will always be in the cocktail. It's a matter of what you put around it to make it the actual thing. But the infused ice cubes, you basically make the mix that's in it. So like if it's a margarita, you could get like lime juice, well, no, that's not really the same. But like if you want to do like a passion fruit margarita, you could do like passion fruit juice, a little bit of maybe grapefruit juice, lime juice, and then mix it in with some water and then freeze it. And then you put that as like a big ice cube in the middle of a drink, and then you pour the tequila or whatever over it. And then as the ice cube melts, it melts into, instead of it watering down the drink, it actually adds to the drink. So that in itself is a garnish, but that's expensive to do. So then they'll overcharge for it, but like that's why. And then some people will do like ice where it's like a cube, and then there's like a pit in the middle of the ice where you pour the liquor, and the liquor almost melts the ice cube. Whoa. So yeah, but it's also expensive because think about how much it costs to just get the ice. Then you have to pay for the glassware that it's in. Then you have to pay for it, which we can. Oh, that can be our next episode's glassware.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so I won't even touch on that. Because that's, I know I've been like talking so much, but yeah.
I'm learning.
Yeah, but there's so many different things that make the drink. Like, why would you pay $15 for a cocktail? Well, you're not paying for just the liquor. You're gonna pay for the service of someone bringing it to the table, paying for how much the glass costs, the garnish costs, the ingredients in the cocktail. So like. There's at a few restaurants like at like Superica, which is like next to us in Avalon, but they also have a few other locations. They have like reserve cocktails and they're like $60 for a cocktail because the liquor is like
top shelf.
Top shelf liquor. But like I don't know, there's just so many garnishes that are in drinks, and there's sometimes not even. Like, I'm gonna look up like crazy cocktails.
It's definitely a lot of garnishes, and then even with people making or restaurants making their own signature cocktails, most of the times it's just mainstream cocktails, but they put their own twist on it with the different flavors that's available with the different garnishes. So like say if, like the last drink I made, it's basically a lemon drop, but you add a twist to it. You add blue curacao, or you add whatever flavor. You want blue curacao, or you want strawberry, or you want green apple type of thing. So
yeah, like see how like this one is like a lemon, but it's cut in like the way almost like a wing. So like that in itself is probably gonna add $3 or $4 to the cocktail.
Oh my goodness.
Just because because someone has to like, you can't just like order that. Or like this is another thing that people do, like this is a bunch of just limes that are cut in different ways. So they'll do a lime twist, or like peel is different from like when you get an old fashioned, the skin of a lemon or an orange or a lime is like where the zest is. So what some people will do is they'll light a fire over the cocktail, and then they'll squeeze. They call it like a coin. You cut off just the end of a lime, or just then mainly like limes and lemons. And as you squeeze it, you light it, and it's flammable. Like in the lime, like in the peel of a lime and an orange and a lemon and all that is where all of the oils are. That when you squeeze it, it extracts those oils. So when you light the flame and it fires over the drink, it makes, when you go to take a sip of the drink, it has a note of lime. So picture a cocktail as literally a fragrance. So it adds a like zest to it, but like in an old fashioned, you add an orange zest. You don't necessarily do. Some restaurants do like an actual like orange slice, but normally it's just made with the orange zest because it just adds a little bit of aromatics to the drink. You don't want orange juice like fresh orange juice in the drink. You just want it to smell like oranges. So you just peel off the lime or the lemon or whatever, and you put it in the drink.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
Intricate.
Fire, smoke. That's another thing where they do like, they put it on top. I had a drink one time where they like literally made the whole drink. It was picture a cone, right? Like just a cone with no like you can't sit a cone upside down on the curved part on the end where everything meets. So it was a bowl that had ice in it, and then then the cone with the actual drink in it sat inside of the ice. Then they put on top of it, they like infused it with smoke, and it had like a little bubble of smoke, and then they gave it to me, and then I popped it, but it gives the cocktail a smoky flavor to it. That was for a $22 cocktail. Oh, but that's why.
My God.
Like you're not, at that point, you're not paying for you're paying for the whole thing.
Like the experience of it.
I've worked somewhere where it was a smoked Negroni. So they make the Negroni, then they put it in something, like we put it in like a chest. And they, put the smoke in there, close the chest, and then you take it to the table, and then you let the guests open the chest, and then now it's smoked, and it has that little hint of smoke in the drink.
Fancy.
Then you're paying for the smoke in the chest and the drink.
Yeah. But like them lighting I'm trying to find a picture of them. It's just normally like as you squeeze out the juices, it will light the whole thing on fire with the juice. So it'll give almost like, and if you looked at it really, really closely, you can see on the top of the drink is like a layer, like almost like a film of the zest. So it's always going to be on top of the drink. But I mean, that's why you pay so much for like drinks, is because of everything that is involved in it. You know what I mean? It's because it's at that point it's not just the liquor. Chilled glasses, and we'll talk about glassware in our next episode, but everything. There's so much that's involved in just one. Even down to the ice. I think ice is like the coolest thing ever. Like how they like make like I'm gonna look up fancy ice.
I saw this spherical ice.
I saw it like a ball.
Yeah, and I saw the ice press. Like you just put a block of ice in this thing, and the pressure will kind of melt the ice around the sphere, and then just leave a sphere. It's insane.
So neat.
Yeah.
I know there's like circular or like spherical ice molds.
Yeah.
I've seen those. But I don't know how they do it in a restaurant.
That's an example of like an infused ice cube.
Oh, wow.
But a restaurant would literally charge you, if you wanted that, they'd probably charge you like $2 or $3 more on top of an already $15 cocktail. Just because, but to be fair, you're not just paying $3 to $4 for frozen ice. You're paying for someone's time to have to take the ingredients and then put them in the molds and then freeze it. So now it's taking up space in a freezer. But at the end of the day, the return on your investment, bringing it back to marketing and business and stuff like that, is that when someone gets that cocktail, it's oh wow, they want to take pictures of it, they share it, and then when you go out to eat, you want to get that not even because you like the taste, just because you like the way it looks.
Exactly. That's aesthetic.
It literally all is aesthetic. It's all looks. How does a drink look? The molds that are, it's like insane. But then you take the ice cube. People also get amazed. Like there was a TikTok that I saw of someone in like a large like Collins glass, which is like just a tall thin glass. And there was a big rectangular ice cube in it, and someone took the ice cube out, and there was only like a little bit of the alcohol in it, and someone was like, "This is so unfair." I'm like, "It's literally not. You pay for 2.5 ounces of liquor and a little bit of it. Like that's what you're paying for."
Yes.
So it's not.
They do not understand the concept of you're getting this amount of liquor, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
Everything else is extra, but also if I take the ice away, you'll have an empty glass.
Right. Or if someone's like, I want this but with no ice, that's fine. It's going to be a little tiny amount. Because you normally, a normal pour for liquor is 2.5 to 3 ounces. Like 3 ounces for a martini, I think 2.5 ounces for like everything else. And then whatever it's like with, but that's not a lot of like, or even 1.5 ounces. Like if the drink has a lot of like other ingredients in it, you're only paying for 1.5 ounces of the liquor. Mm-hmm. So when you take the ice cube out, obviously you're not going to have but the ice cube is a part of the drink. Mm-hmm. That's why. Chilled glassware, chilled like beer glasses we do, like everything like
you're not just actually getting Coke or lemonade. It's actually
it's a whole thing. Yeah, it's insane, and like all the different ingredients that like I'm trying to think like the ingredients that we use. Like we use like you can muddle literally anything. Pick a fruit or even vegetable. Like cucumbers are really good in cocktails.
They are.
Mints, that cucumber mint.
I love cucumber mint together.
Yeah, cucumber, mint, lime juice. Put any alcohol with it. It's amazing.
So
amazing.
Fresh, refreshing.
It's so nice. It's a really good like summer. I actually prefer those types of drinks. I don't really like the heavier like alcohols. Like I don't really like I don't like pumpkin spice martinis. I don't like anything with cream and like heavy cream or anything. I don't really like all of that. Like, but yeah, originally to your point, egg whites are really gross in drinks. They don't really like them, but they look really good. It looks cool. Like, ooh, like a foamy top, and then you drink it. It's an odd, weird like taste. Also, you literally could die of food poisoning from it. So I don't understand why you would not just
like straight up salmonella.
Yeah.
The one kind of like substitute for egg whites. What was that called again?
Aquafaba.
And
so it's like chickpea almost.
So it's like egg free, like vegetarian.
That's what I would always get. It's not aquafaba it's literally it's just chickpea water, but it also has like legume in it a little bit like that. Like it's just almost like a tasteless thing, but like even like this drink here, I know I keep like showing visuals and no one can really see it, but this has like aquafaba or something in it, and it's like a really nice, and like it makes the garnish stand out more. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So instead of it like it always, it's okay, our team. But like that is literally just a mint leaf, but it looks really cool, which tells me that cocktail definitely has mint in it somewhere. Like you're not gonna put a mint leaf on top of something that doesn't have like a piece of mint in it. So yeah. But yeah, all of the foam in the top of a drink really also adds to the actual garnish of a drink. You can like put it, I know Roomies as well has one where like on the top of like really foamy drinks, like a Guinness has a foamy layer on top. And when I worked in Irish pub, we had like you put in like chocolate or something into the machine and you can literally airdrop a photo of literally anything to the machine and you put the glass underneath and it literally like, I don't know how it like etches on like a picture onto the glass. Like it's literally so cool.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that before. That does sound really cool.
It's freaking sick.
So guys, thanks for joining us today on today's podcast.
Hope you learned something.
Hopefully you guys learned a little bit about cocktail garnishes and why they're actually iconic. But you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining us.
We're signing out.
Yes.